we have a very special guest today. Sir Mark Viado is the Supreme Pursuivant based in Manila. As you know, the Musings of the Knights of Rizal has this Know Your Knight episode wherein we focus on each knight and delve in a little bit as much as they want us to delve in into their experience in the Knights of Rizal, their philosophy maybe. Sometimes when we have assemblies or get-togethers, we spend time with them, but we don't really get to know them. The internet was really a good vehicle to do that. And Sir Mark Viado, can you tell me about yourself, sir?
Yes, sir. Before I begin this introduction of myself, I want to commend you for having this kind of program. No? In fact, we really need this, especially this time that we are, restricted in some of our works and limited in action. In this way, we can actually, do our part, no, in spreading Rizalism, kahit na it's more about a certain night. No? So, I am Sir Mark Boado. I am the current Supreme Pursuivant of the Order of the Knights of Rizal. I started my journey with the Knights of Rizal way back 2006 when I became the Vice President of Kabataang Pangarap ni Rizal. And then 4 years after, 2010, I was dubbed as the youngest knight. No? I remember I was dubbed by Sir Pablo Trillana, our former Supreme Commander then. No? And then I am the youngest elected Supreme Council and Supreme Council trustee and conferred the Knight Grand Officer of Rizal in our history at the age of 30. No? And on business side, I am working as the Vice President for Business Development and Community Relations of R2 group of companies owned by our former Supreme Commander, Sir Regis Romero. I belong to the Sucesos chapter, composed of young professionals and historians. I am also the Chief Eagle Scout Marshal of the National Eagle Scout Association of the Philippines and a member of the Philippine Historical Association. I also teach history and Rizal in my university, and I am a new father. So that's it, sir.
Congratulations, sir. So thank you so much. Your litany of experience is really a gift to all those who are listening today. Um, Now, you said that you've been a member of the Knights of Rizal in 2006. That was 14 years ago.
Yeah.
You were 17,
Not
18?
not as Knights of Rizal, but Kabataang Pangarap de Rizal.
Okay, so that's your first
My
experience.
first engagement with the Knights of Rizal.
Okay. Now, what specific experience during that time made you want to be involved with the Knights of Rizal, or the Rizalian movement?
Okay, I saw then that the Knights of Rizal and I myself have the same social advocacy. And what's that social advocacy? First, to honor our heroes, not just Rizal, but other heroes of our country. We need that, especially the youth, because our youth of today are uh, not that attuned to the culture and history. And then, secondly, by engaging with the Knights of Rizal, I I learned to love my country, the Philippines, more.
uh, with that, you felt that you have a vehicle in the Knights of Rizal to express your patriotism.
Yeah.
Okay. Is there any specific from since 2006 2010, while you were dubbed as the youngest Knight of Rizal, uh, was there any specific instance when that you witnessed personally that inspired you in the Knights of Rizal, that made you say, "Wow, this is a good organization"?
Without being self-righteous, no, when I work as the executive assistant of the former Supreme Commander, Sir Regis, in his business and in the Knights of Rizal as well, I personally witnessed the passion of the Knights in studying and propagating Rizal, especially from abroad. No, our brother Knights from abroad, from Europe and America, they are very committed, no, in studying and spreading Rizalism. They traveled hours and days just to hold special events, and I saw their commitment to our singular purpose, which is to propagate Rizal not only to the youth, not only to the Filipinos, but all the peoples of the world. And I saw and appreciate the commitment of the Knights of Rizal, especially in programs and activities that geared towards to the development of the youth, no, especially the National Rizal Youth Leadership Institute, where I am a graduate in 2006. That's the reason why I engaged with the Knights of Rizal, because of the National Youth Leadership Institute. There I saw the passion, I saw being unselfish of the Knights, no, in rearing the students and student leaders and youth leaders, no, who are attending the National Rizal Youth Leadership Institute, as well as the programs like the Rizal is Alive Forum, where we went to different schools nationwide, no, and the search for the Jose Rizal model students of the Philippines. In that way, we promote Rizal to the youth. No? So I think that's the specific instance where I personally witnessed the drive of the Knights of Rizal that inspired me a lot in joining this and loving this organization.
It is very admirable for Filipinos and even non-Filipinos to share their talents and their pockets in helping not only the Rizalian virtues, but also in helping with when there's a natural calamities, in the country. That's very admirable in Knights of Rizal. I share your pride in the Knights of Rizal in doing that. uh, in the Philippines, there's almost like at least two big typhoons every year, and they always need help. Now, in the Knights of Rizal, uh, when you wake up in the morning and you know that you're going to a meeting, an assembly or ceremony,
Mm.
you have to ready your uniform, the black shoes, black pants, uh, white undershirt, the barong, and the medals. What do you pack first, and why?
As the Supreme Pursuivant, the first thing, especially when attending meetings of the Supreme Council and other committees, I secure my laptop, my phone and my writing pad, because I used to jot down notes, not just for purpose of having a reference of that meeting, but for my personal use as well. No, I get some statements from our my co-supreme trustees that I might use it in the future, no. Yun ang lagi kong inahanda.
How about, sir, with regards to the uniform? Uh,
Mhm.
do you which if it's laid out in bed, so you can pack it.
Mhm.
Which of the item of uniform that we have do you pack first, and why?
You know, I'm very particular in the uniform because here in the Philippines and perhaps in other chapters abroad then, no. When we conduct these knighthood and dubbing ceremonies, uh, I used to call the preparation committee, here in the Philippines, that make sure that all your postulants will wear the proper attire, and the officers as well, no. Because I want to show that we are disciplined, no. We are a disciplined organization. Going back to your question, what particular item in the uniform that I prepared and make
First.
sure that,
Mhm.
yes, and make sure that I bring it, no. Uh, well, just the barong. For me, the other decorations are not important, no. The rank and the other medals, for me, it's not important, because after all, I just want to share, no, that I am a Knight of Rizal, not not the ranks or not the positions that I hold. So, yun.
That's very refreshing to know, because some at the end of the day, we're all Rizalian. We all wear
Yeah,
the same barong. We might
correct.
have different ranks. We might have different citations in terms of the medal, but that barong alone tells you that you're Knight of Rizal, at least, at the very least. So
That's the very basic thing that we need to do.
yes. Now, of all the activities you have participated in, uh, what specific activity, uh, when you wake up, excites you? You look forward to, uh, when you wake up, you said, "Oh yeah, today is this," and I'm excited. As compared to, okay, I'm going to this activity. Which one of the many Nights of Rizal activity that we have excites you?
Well, the whole month of December, no? Why? Because it's my birth month. And unfortunately, just this year, since 2006, no, I used to celebrate my birthday in Baguio, attending the National Rizal Youth Leadership Institute. Laging tumatama yung date ng birthday ko sa Riley. So, I'm very excited, no, every time magdi-December na, because it's my birth month, and I'll be in Baguio. And third, I'm going to meet youth leaders. I'm going to meet young professionals who will be part of the National Rizal Youth Leadership Institute, and recruit them as much as possible, talk to them and know them better, because for me, that's the most important thing that the Knights of Rizal do. No, in recruiting, we should consider the character, the personality of the people, or the person that we want to recruit for the order. Thankful, actually, I'm very thankful with my boss, no, with our Supreme Commander, because he's very lenient pagdating sa work, no. When I tell him that I'm going to attend Night of Rizal activity, okay, so payag naman siya doon. And Sir Alvin, I reserve my Saturdays for the Knights of Rizal. So, naiintindihan na rin yon ng family ko, na every time Saturday, don't expect me to attend your event because it's reserved for my activities with the Knights of Rizal.
I just
Yeah.
want to touch base on the and Riley. Now, there
Mm-hmm.
is something to say about youth energy.
Mm-hmm.
How does that affect you? I mean, as we know, our demographics in the Knights of Rizal are retired people, or maybe you can correct me, in their maybe mid 50s. But the Enriley gives you a different energy, it gives you a different perspective of what you're doing. Uh, can you elaborate on that, on the energy that you absorb? Are you more enthused after an Enriley in pursuing Rizalian matters?
Yeah. Sir Alvin, when before we started our term, no, way back 2018, with Supreme Commander Eliu Ibanez as our Supreme Commander, and we had this training in Tagaytay. That's what we call the strategic planning of the Supreme Council. No, I conducted a study. Actually, I conducted a study about the membership status of the order, and the majority of our members uh, actually comes from the more matured age, no, and only I think 2% of our membership uh, comes from the what we call the definition of youth. So every time I attend the National Rizal Youth Leadership Institute, as well as other youth programs of the Knights of Rizal, after that, it gives me hope. No, it gives me a dream that someday Knights of Rizal will be, they are the future. We are the future, the young generation of the Knights of Rizal, and I want to cherish it, this moment, so that when we come to that age, I'm going to refresh their minds na, uy, during our time, this is our This is our hope. This is our aim. This is our objective. So to to avoid the misfortunes that we had in the past.
Now, I want to go to a very important topic for you, Sir Regis. I joined the Knights of Rizal in 2005 here in Cleveland, Ohio. Um, uh, and it took a while for me uh, to embrace the Knights of Rizal. I embraced the Knights of Rizal. It was Sir Regis uh, that I found to be internet savvy, even before the internet was there, or media savvy, I should say. He had this videos where he would speak, and it was inspiring because before that you didn't really know who the Supreme Council members are, much less the Supreme Commander. So, what is it in Sir Regis that made you think that he exemplifies a Knights of Rizal? And in fact, let me say that I think Sir Regis was one of the more uh, enlightening Supreme Commanders that I encountered.
Surprisingly, Sir Regis is not an educator. No, that's one. He's from the business sector. But I saw the passion of Sir Regis in terms of propagating Rizal because basically of his father, uh, the late Dean Bonifacio Romero, a chartered member of Pampanga, I think, in the Angeles chapter Pampanga, no. And every time I had conversations with him over breakfast and lunch, no, I always ask him, saan nanggagaling yung drive niya, no, in supporting the Knights of Rizal, given the fact that it's not what parang kumbaga our your priority should be the business, no. um Lagi lang niyang sinasabi na it's our role, no, it's our civic responsibility na tinuturo ng Knights of Rizal. So na-imbibe niya talaga, no? He imbibed the very nature of a ideal Knight of Rizal. I'm not talking about him as as his confidant, but that's for me, I think, is yun yung dapat nating tingnan in recruiting members. Not just that they are a prominent person or someone who is someone has a position in the government or maraming achievements in terms of helping people in other ways, no. But you're right, no, he's very inspiring. And when I used to be his executive assistant during his stint as the Supreme Commander, mind you, no, we only have 20% of our time in our business, in our company. 80% of it nasa Knights of Rizal. Almost every week, no, meron siyang speaking engagement. He was invited by several schools and institutions as well as local government units here in the Philippines, talking about Rizal. And I also want to share that every Wednesday, no, may event man o wala, kahit nasan kami, we wear the Knights of Rizal uniform. So yun yung, that's worth emulating to that guy. And yun, that's actually he's one actually of my foundation in being part of this fraternal organization.
He's definitely is a role model for us to look up to. And even after his stint as Supreme Commander, he's still, in a way, spreading his wings in the Knights of Rizal universe by doing good works.